All right.
Hello, Tim. Really nice seeing your face.
Good seeing you, buddy.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, and I love that we have a new album to talk about.
All right.
So, first of all, what would you say was different as compared to the first time you worked with KK for KK's Priest?
I think I think being around everybody. I think everybody being comfortable, knowing what everybody does. I mean, Ken knows what I do. I also recording vocals. I recorded my vocals here at my studio. I stayed home and I talked Ken into it. He didn't want me to. He wanted me to go to England and record it. And I said, "Come on, Ken, I can stay home and record it." And I think that added to. I think it really added to it because it gave it more aggression and I spent more time with it.
So wait a minute. Did you travel to the UK for recording your vocals or not?
No, I did my vocals at home here in my studio.
So you convinced him, man. Good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
So, do you when you were working on the first album, did you the entire band did you have in mind that this will be a one-time thing, or you were thinking that, hey, this is the beginning of something new?
I thought it was the beginning of something new. I could tell his passion and how successful the first one was and how well it was received. I knew we'd continue on. I mean, the goal was to tour with the first record, but with COVID and everything, we really couldn't. And but I could tell that he really wants it to work, So I think that was a big thing.
And all the material we hear in the new album is new. There is nothing from the Sermons of the Sinner sessions. There you go.
Yeah, all new stuff. I don't know if there's any riffs and stuff like that he had, laying around, but all the songs are written for this record. Yeah.
I want to talk about your vocals because I think I have a couple of songs, Was Your Sins Away and The Sinner Rides Again, where, especially the first one, I was trying to see, I think it's before the solo, your vocals sound a little bit different. And I said, is this Reaper? So first of all the vocals are yours, right?
There's a couple vocals that are AJ.
Ooh, okay.
And we did a couple of those because we wanted to add a different layer to it. We wanted to add a character to it. So Wash Away Your Sins, the very first vocals on the song are AJ singing that. Oh. Demons from a distance. That's AJ.
Okay, because it sounded so different. I say, I know that Tim can do the lower register too, but we are talking about the different frequencies right now.
Well, yeah, and what's funny is I probably could sound like that. That's the weirdest thing about my vocals. I could sing just about any style,
right.
Or I try. But it just had something we wanted to try and add add layer. We wanted to make the record the best we could, so whatever could make it an epic. And that song is so epic. Wash Away Your Sins is such an epic song. So Absolutely. It was definitely perfect for it.
Yeah. Who wrote the lyrics?
KK did.
So did you have any input on those? Because I'm not sure if a singer wants to have or prefers to have a connection with the lyrics to put the extra passion, if you may, something like that.
No, I'm all right with it. I write enough lyrics with my solo record and A New Revenge and Spirits of Fire and Pyramid. So I got plenty of lyrics I've been writing lately. I think as long as the lyrics are good, but as long as the songs are good, I actually almost connect more with. I use my voice to connect even more than the lyrics. I mean, I grew up in an era that I connected to how the singers were singing in the passion with Ronnie Dio and John Oliva and David Bowie. I mean, they sang in these voices that that told a story. Just the sound of their voice told a story, So I connect with that. So I try to do it. So singing someone else's lyrics, you know, and it's great lyrics and it's great songs and great melodies. So it was easy to, and then I make them my own, you know, then I put my own twist to the stuff.
I like what you said because in my mind, I consider the voice, the vocals, also as a musical instrument. So you can give the same riff to two different guitarists, and they will add their own flavor, their own tone. And that's the same thing with vocals. And it tells,
yeah, I think so, and I think especially on this record, you can really hear it. There's a lot of heaviness, but yet it's a lot of feel. So that's what I like to do.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I read somewhere that you had some health issues with your vocals, way in the past at least.
Well, it was just that I wasn't singing as good. I don't know what it was, but you know, for about 5 years, it just wasn't on top form, and I don't know what it was. It's just, you know, being a singer, you never know. You know, I mean, you just kind of lose your voice, and I didn't lose it totally. I still could sing and tour. I mean, I toured during it and I sang during it, but I just wasn't 100%. You know, about a year and a half ago, I started kind of just getting it back. You know, it started coming back, and these last shows I toured with JUDAS Priest and did all these shows. I sang, you know, top form. You know, I sang really, really good.
Because in the recordings that I hear Reaper ripping it up. It sounds like to me at least that you are pushing still your vocals to do more. So I was thinking,
and still, I mean, my voice is much better now than it was when I recorded Sermons of the Sinner, but you couldn't tell that because you still can do it in the studio. You can bring it and work at it. And like I said, it was never gone where I couldn't sing. I still could sing. It just wasn't as easy, and I had to think about singing more. Like on this last tour, it just came naturally, and this last record, it came, especially touring, it came naturally, and I could just belt out the high notes, and I was never worried about anything. There's nothing worse than going on stage and always worrying about what's going to come up next. You have to not only think about what you're doing on stage, but you got to think about what you're singing next. So, and that's kind of where I was at.
Oh man, I'm happy to hear that you are 100% back, because that to me sounds scary.
Yeah.
How long would you say it took the entire process from start to finish the album?
Well, it took a little while because we'd do some songs, and you know, I would redo a couple or change a few things, and I'm not really sure how long it actually really took, just because we didn't really go at it. You know, we didn't go in for a month and just do everything in 1 month. We kind of spread it out a little bit. And,
okay.
You know, he would have some stuff and send some stuff. And so it's kind of a little bit of a process.
What are the tour plans now for JUDAS Priest?
Well, I mean, the goal is to just tour the world. You know, we'd love to get out there and do the touring. I mean, you know, the problem is it's so expensive to tour nowadays. And we have we want to take out a nice show, pyro, and, you know, we just want to take out a good show. So it's not cheap to go out and tour. So that's our only obstacle. But I know we're working hard at it. TKO is the agency, and I know they're working really hard at trying to get us out there. I mean, we want to go out and tour. That's the goal. That's always your goal. And everybody's looking at it and working on it. So hopefully next year we'll be able to do a lot of touring.
Do you think the States will be included in those plans?
Oh yeah, I mean, that's the States would be right up there as one of the main goals. You know, I mean, obviously Europe's probably going to be the easiest to do because the crew and the band, most of the band's over there, except Sean and I's over here. So that would be the easiest probably to do. But I know the States is number one on the list.
Great to hear. You released Return to the Death Row EP. Are there plans, thoughts for a full-length album?
Absolutely. I'm not sure when we'll start working on it. Jamie will get a hold of me soon. I know we've been talking lately about it, and hopefully we'll start getting some material. And yeah, I mean, it was very successful, and everybody had great reviews. And so we definitely want to continue on and do a full length.
What about the Three Tremors?
Yeah, I imagine Sean will get something together. You know, I have some solo dates. I have some South America solo dates, which will be a different band, but in February, beginning of February, I'm going to do some solo dates like in Texas and Florida, and Cage will be my backing band, which is actually 3 Trimmers. So
Right.
so we'll do some dates, but I think Sean will probably start getting material together. I imagine he can't wait too long. You know how Sean is, so Sean will probably start doing something.
So you mentioned the South America solo dates. With what set list are you gonna tour the South? You're gonna tour South America?
It'll be like I usually do. I'll probably do a couple KK's Priest songs in that set list. I think people really want to hear them, and I'll try to throw in something from my solo EP. I did last time, so we'll see if I throw in this time. But it'll be my era Priest and some solo songs, and some classic Priests, and it's always a good set list, fun set list over there.
And then you mentioned that you will do some on the West Coast, right? So those will be with a different set?
Yeah, that'll be a different set, but it'll still be similar. We'll do obviously Sean will probably play drums, so we'll do a couple KK's Priest songs in that set list, and it'll probably be not much different than the set list in South America. So yeah, so hopefully that, I know there's some Texas dates already. Hopefully there'll be some Florida dates, and we'll see what happens.
Is there anything else that you have been or you plan to work on? Because I know the last 2 years you have been extremely busy working with guest appearances and so forth. Do you have anything else that you would like to share?
Well, I do a lot of stuff with different artists, so I'm always in the studio. I got to go downstairs today and finish a song I'm doing for somebody, and but the main thing is KK's Priest at this moment. It's like I hope that's going to take all my time up. And then on my off time, the main thing to record next would be my solo record, but the Ripper record. But I'd love to my main thing is keeping everything open for KK's Priest, and whenever I can, I try to throw in like these South America dates or a couple solo dates here. I got to pay the bills, so I got to throw in some things on the off times. But I'd love to just be doing KK's Priest, really.
Yeah. And after the pandemic, man, I don't think things are looking up as far as touring, as far how the expenses have become more expensive, right?
Yeah, it's so expensive to tour, and that's why it's easier for me to tour solo, because I just tour myself and have a band usually waiting for me. I could travel all around the world, and I've been offered a lot. I've had to turn down because of KK's Priest in Italy and Spain and in Europe, and so I've turned a lot of things down, waiting for KK's Priest.
Tim, thank you very much. I'm happy to see you. As I said, hopefully we will see you live on the stage with KK.
Yes, absolutely. Hopefully we'll see you. When we get around your way, just make sure you come backstage, say hello, and we'll hang out a bit.
Absolutely. Chicago is the place, man.
You got it.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.